Welcome to this latest episode of Q&A Thursday, and in this episode I'm going to be answering the questions that you have been sending to me personally. So my name's Liam Ryan and I'm one of the co-founders of Assets for Life. We're a boutique property investment and educational business, and in this episode we're going to be digging deep into the questions that you've been asking me, all to do with property and business. I absolutely love helping people like you achieve financial freedom through property investing. If I can do it, you can do it. Once you learn a system, you can really go out there and scale a property business to absolute financial freedom. So here we go, question one. Let me just check my emails and check what's been coming through on our social media feeds. This is from George K, and the reason I say K is I can't actually pronounce his surname. This is a really good question from George. I want to do commercial conversions and land development deals. Can you tell me, once you find and buy, how do you go and get development funding and who do you contact? That's a brilliant question, George, and I know there's many people watching this that want to go and do developments. George is actually one of my personal graduates. He's just recently graduated from our 3-day advanced training, the Property Millionaire Bootcamp, and he's now on the Assets for Life Academy. And George actually got introduced to us at one of my preview events called the Property Investment Summit. And the Property Investment Summit is a great way for you to come and hang out with me and my business partner. So if you've not yet been to one of my events, make sure you go to the description right now, you click the link and you grab yourself your complimentary ticket. So let's get into the question now with George. So fast forward a few months from now, you've been on some advanced training, you've gone out there and you've secured sites, you've got your offer accepted, and there's two parts to the funding that you need to know. Part number one is what we call the equity piece of the deal. And this is typically 20 or 25% of total costs. And then you have what's called senior debt or development funding, and that's typically 70 or 75% of total cost. So the equity piece, I typically use investors to raise that part of the finance needed. And you can bring the investor on as a joint venture partner where they put in the money, you go do the work, and then you ultimately give them a share of the overall profits. Or you can raise the money from investors on loan agreements. Now, of course, you need to make sure that the development funding company is okay with you using investor funds. So that's a conversation you're going to need to have. But we've never had any issue with any of our developments when it comes to raising money from investors. Development funding is very powerful. I absolutely love raising money through development companies. Now, a company that we've used in the past for one of our sites was Funding Circle. We also have a really good relationship with Rate Setter. We've also got a good relationship with Lend Invest. There's many companies out there that specialize in lending you developers money so you can go and do your development. They give you the money, of course they're going to charge interest, and we're getting great rates at the moment, 7-8% rates. You do the development and then of course you pay them back once you finish. Now most development funders, they'll give you the money in stages. So as you complete certain parts of the deal, they'll then give you the next tranche. It's a great way to leverage. So you can leverage investor finance, you can leverage development funding, and this is how you can really start to do no money down deals and build a property portfolio and get a really good share of the profit. Okay, brilliant. So another question is from a gentleman called Simon K. Hi, Simon K. And he asked, how do you calculate a refurbishment renovation or conversion, i.e. a 3-bed to a 5-bed HMO? That's a really good question, Simon. And what's really important, I'll give you some top tips. Number one, as a property investor and developer, we don't want you doing the work yourself, okay? That's just not leverage, it's not time efficient. We want you to focus on finding more deals, finding more investors, and really growing your business so you can do multiple deals at any one go. Now, what's really important is to make sure you go out there and you build good relationships with builders. Now, the type of builder you're going to need for a HMO conversion, you're going to need someone of decent quality. You know, you don't want your sort of Bob with the builder type man in a van, one-man band. You want to go and use someone that's had experience with HMO conversions, because most of the HMOs that we do, certainly when we own the asset, we pretty much strip it back to brick, and we want to add in as many en-suites as we possibly can. Now, typically, for a full HMO conversion from a 3-bed to a 5-bed, you're looking somewhere in the region between £40,000 and £50,000 to do the full refurbishment work. But what you will do, once you've identified the property, you're going to go out to your builder, and you can find builders online, you can find builders in Facebook groups, you can go to property networking events and get introduced to some builders. You've got to make sure you do your research and due diligence on the builders. And look, we've had some bad experiences in the past. I don't want you to do the same that we have had. So it's really important you spend time researching the builder, checking their insurances, and going and checking their work. You know, we did do that, and even then we still got stuck with one building firm. So the builder's going to come and have a look at the property, and then it's really important that you do a schedule of works, which is a program, so the builder knows exactly what it is you need to do, and then you're going to go and get your quote. But for a ballpark figure, turning a 3-bed into a 5/6-bed HMO, you're looking at about £40,000, £50,000, £55,000. Okay, brilliant. So we've got question number 3 now. This is a really good question from Paul Robert. So hi Paul, just want to say hi. I also just want to let you all know we're actually at the Assets for Life Academy Day today. This is a brand new venue for us. We're at Stockbrook Manor. It's fantastic to be here. We've got over 100 people that we personally mentor to financial freedom through property. So if you've not yet got yourself a mentor, if you're not yet part of a mastermind group, I highly recommend that you get into one ASAP, because other people in the mastermind and the mentoring group are really going to help you go from where you are now to where you want to go. So this question, let's have a look. So Paul Roberts, I'm looking at financial replacement from my current job to become a property investor. Would your bootcamp training answer and show me how to do this? Well, really good question there, Paul. Thanks for tuning in. So to start off, a big well done for now thinking outside the box. You've probably realised that you're in the rat race. You're probably sick and tired of the 9 to 5. And you now have probably realised, as I'm sure many of you watching this, that in order to achieve financial freedom, you're going to have to take the bull by the horns. You are going to have to get into something where you can become a business owner, an entrepreneur, and property, ladies and gentlemen, is the #1 asset class. Now, what I recommend, you don't sack the boss tomorrow. What's really important is to go and test the market. What's really important is to go and get yourself 2 or 3 deals initially. Look to replace your income as quickly as you possibly can, and then once you've got the confidence, once you've got some passive income coming into the household, then you'll be in a position to sack the boss, which will be a great moment, let's go and celebrate, or ultimately you can go part-time. What's the quickest route to market? Deal packaging and rent to rent. So deal packaging is where you go and find deals and you package them and you sell them on to other investors. Rent to rent is where you go and manage existing properties, or you go and rent existing properties, and then the landlord gives you permission to convert them into HMOs or serviced accommodation, and that increases the cash flow. Thanks for tuning in to this latest episode of Q&A Thursday. It's been my absolute pleasure to serve you. Please keep sending in the questions. Please now leave me a question below in the comments. Please like and also share the video, and please make sure you stay tuned for more videos that I'll share with you every Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday at 7:30 p.m. There's now going to be more videos to watch somewhere around the screen here, so click one of these videos and watch another video right now.